Alright, so I stopped at one of the yards. With stuff they have there, have some interesting stuff we could use mixed around here. So some pallets of moss rock, bigger material behind us over there, that way, and there's a lot of cool stuff here. So just getting eyeballs on material for the spring so I can kind of start marking stuff off, seeing if I can find something for a client. So hope you're all doing good, and let's see what I find next. Alright, so just finished walking around with the owner. They have a lot of their material elsewhere. This happens to be one of their pondless features. They have, I guess they'd call it pondless, sitting in here, that they built themselves. Cool stone, definitely cool rock and what they have going on. Big property, but they have a ton of stuff elsewhere. So keep watching, because we're going to get some deliveries out of them this season. Alright, I got another place I stopped at to look. They've got some interesting stuff. Theirs are real big. So some of the pieces we could use, so something like these and these. You know, these are like 3 or 4 by 12, 18 inch. Some of the stuff they have is just massive. So this is where they're doing stuff, cleaning out side of mountains and stuff and blasting it, is what this stuff is. You know, some of these are giant, bigger than we can handle for what we need. Giant material. Some smaller stuff down here. Yeah, a lot of this is bigger, like we could use that, and something like that. And some of the stuff is tremendous. It's an interesting color. Different type of material. Yeah. Handful of some flatter pieces. Some smaller stuff on the back side here. Possibly could use. But some of it's just giant, which will keep in our head for bigger projects. Hey, so I'm just leaving the second yard that I looked at some material, and I'm heading to the Delaware Water Gap to see about some driftwood and see what I can find. Hopefully it'll be a success, and I'll let you know how things go. So thanks, and have a good one, and let's see what I find, because it'll come up next. Alright, so I'm roaming around some of the waterways down here, or seeing what I'm coming across and see what nature's got going on. Looking for any interesting pieces of driftwood, anything cool to take a look at. Because that's what we got to do. Oh, and I see a beautiful piece. If only I had a way to move it. Holy cow. Look at that. Look at this piece of driftwood and moss. This is beautiful. I'm in love. Look at that. That one too. Bring it down by the water. All those small rapids, all the little boulders. that are in this area. This is some of what we don't have on the island. Look at some of the stuff I found. I'm in an enchanted forest. Look at all this moss and some of these old fallen trees and logs. Beautiful. Moss and lichen, all this stuff. Great example of what Mother Nature does. Old tree that fell and all the branches fell every direction. Beautiful. Roamed around, looked, found some stuff, loaded the back of the pickup up, and some of these areas are just loaded with moss, which is another thing we're looking for. Driftwood, not a lot in this area, but I mean, look at these trees, massive trees with moss. We collected a bunch, loaded up, taking it back with us. I have one more quick stop, and then that's the end of my adventures for the day. Yep, this is the ferry bridge you go across. Not really meant for two cars. Oh, here comes another car. Let's see how we make this work. Not really meant for two, but it takes it. Old wood bridge, crossing in, across back from Pennsylvania at Dingman's Ferry. I went around the Delaware Water Gap. I actually found a couple pieces of moss. Not really any driftwood anywhere close because most of the areas I could get to didn't have anything, and a lot of the areas you can't get to at the moment because the campgrounds, the public park areas, I guess they're shut down for the season. Did not realize that about it. So I'm on the road heading back to Long Island. I hope you enjoyed this. Depending on how things go, if one of the guys gets me material before this is ready to post, you should hopefully see it just about now. If not, I will post something separate and probably put a link to show the stones or driftwood that I have it in the comments so that you can check that out. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe. Let me know if you find this stuff interesting. Let me know anything else we could be doing. You know, I just figure if I'm out running around going to find materials and stuff, I will try and record it and show you how we come up with the stuff we do, and you know, why someone who goes, boy, this is so much more than, you know, the other guy, and I can go, well, let's look at the materials the other guy has and where he gets his materials. You know, like, we're out there looking and sourcing to find stuff that looks natural. You saw the stuff we had compared to the other guy who just finds something around the corner that doesn't look natural, or just a pile of stacked up rocks and boulders.